Hi everybody, in this video we are going to go over what is a system of equations and specifically how to find the intersection of 2 points using graphing and being able to write that point of intersection as a point. Okay, so what is a system of equations? A system of equations is just two or more equations that have the same variables. So notice this has an x and a y, this has the same x and a y, this has x, y, and z, and all three of them have x, y, and z's. So now when we're solving these equations, we need to have the same number of equations as variables. So do you see how there's an x and a y here? There are two variables. In order to solve this, we would need to have two equations. In this one, there are 1, 2, 3 variables, which means we would need 3 equations to solve this system of equation. In this video, though, we are just going to be solving system of 2 equations, meaning we're only going to have 2 equations. Okay, so our goal when we're solving these is to find a value for each variable that satisfies the equations in the system. So when we're solving this using math and not graphing, we are trying to find a value that we can plug in for x and another value to plug in for y that makes the left side of this equation equal to the right side of the equation, not only for that equation, but also the same x and same y also balances this bottom equation. So that is our goal, finding an x and y that works in both those equations. Now, we're going to talk about graphically. Graphically, we are going to plot both of those lines on a graph, and we want to see, hey, where do they intersect? What x and y value do they intersect at? So when we're solving these, there are going to be 3 different results when we're graphing. So specifically for graphing, one is going to be, hey, they just cross or intersect at one point, and we're going to write that answer as an XY ordered pair or a point. So that means we have one solution. Maybe it's the same line that we're graphing, and in this case, we're going to say, hey, there are infinitely many solutions. Every single point will cross, so every single xy value would work. And then lastly, maybe they never cross. So these are parallel lines, and parallel lines will never cross. Therefore, we have no solution. We have no xy value where they're going to intersect. So when you're solving these through graphing, these are your 3 options that you can have. Now, when we're solving, there are actually 3 different methods we can do to solve. So in the next video, we will talk about graphing. Graphing is really nice when both of the equations are written in y is equal to mx plus b, because we could easily graph them and see. Later, we will talk about substitution and elimination, and those are going to be when we're actually applying mathematical strategies. All right. So in the next video, we will talk about how to graph.